So, it's been a moment. Really, it's only been about 2 weeks, but for me, it felt like a long moment. Welcome to my channel. This is Craft and Conjure with Aquarius Moon to Row. I have new everything coming, but I wanted to drop that early morning channel message. Let's talk about the age of Aquarius. Most people thought that it was like just a 2012 thing, and we're here. An astrologer said that it would take 12,000 years for us to get through this shift, and each day it intensifies more and more. Tarot readers are feeling it, astrologers are feeling it, numerologists are feeling it, witches, magicians, pagans, Christians, Jewish, Buddhists, Baptists, Catholics, you name it. We're all feeling it in our own way, shape, manner, or form. We're all getting our gnosis in some way, shape, manner, or form. At this point, it doesn't even matter what path you walk. But the path that you walk is going to be opened up in ways that you aren't quite ready for. So if you read the Bible, read the Bible, not in a go to church on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but sit down and just read the Bible, you're going to see a lot of things opening up. You're going to see a lot of those spirit guides that you were once connected with, or still are connected with, 222 by the way, coming forth and just really just showing themselves in different guises and forms, and they're going to be like, yeah, I was with you all those times, and I've incarnated as well, and I'm an ascended master now, or I'm an ancient deity, or a spirit, or a force, or whatever you choose to call these beings, and they're coming forth. For a lot of people, this is a time of being receptive, not so much submissive. I think people get submissive confused with receptive, even though there is a great power in the power of submission. We're not talking about subjugation, we're talking about submission. Think of the person that kneels down to be knighted, or think of the person that is brought inward to the goddess, that has to take a knee first to honor her, or the woman that takes a knee before her god, and so forth and so on. That has nothing to do with gender whatsoever, but it goes back to receptive. Think of the feminine energies, think of the masculine and the feminine, think of gold and blue, sun and luna, soul, the moon and the sun. Think of that connecting and congealing into this cosmic quantum force that's this silvery gold, all types of magical energy. The main energy I want people to focus on is creative life force energy, and that can be really found within ecstatic unions between man and woman, man and man, woman and woman. Think of orgasm, think of the great rebirth, think of the most magical thing of creating a child. Not actually saying that you're out there making babies, but y'all get where I'm going with that. It's just a lot that's going on, and I really can't even begin to touch base in one video, so it's probably going to come forth. I've been going through major downloads, really taking time to understand these abilities that have been working with me, or working through me for damn near my whole life, or this incarnation, and now I'm just really starting to learn the trigger points or the snapping points that I need in order to access these abilities when I need to, so I'm not running around thinking a lot is going on. Yes, we have a lot going on. People are down and out, the pandemics and so forth and so on, but stay the course. Don't sway, don't step away. I think that some people need to speak their truth, because my throat chakra just kind of got a little closed off. Think of Oragel, or if you take some chloroseptic, whoever had that before, the numbing of the throat. When you take something in you just get that, hiccups, that numb throat from going to a dentist or so forth and so on. Think of that. A few of you need to speak your truth loudly and clearly, not in a way that would be aggressive, or that boom, kapow, tower sort of shadowy moon, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Emperor, Empress coming forth like, yeah, let's get it in, but in a very stern, bold, respectful, and authentic way. And as long as you are true to yourself, and you don't disrespect anybody, you're allowed to speak your truth. Gentlemen, I hate to say it, but if you have a voice that carries and your voice is very projective, people might think that you are in a bad mood or you are saying things that might offend somebody. Well, that's really not the case. And I'm sorry. Yes, I'm all for about consideration. I'm all for, empathy and so forth and so on. But, we can't speak in these quiet, meek, calm little voices anymore. We're meant to come forth and speak our truth. I'm not saying the truth of the world. I'm not saying that we all have science in this and master's degrees or anything of that nature. But our truth is very subjective. And when we sit back and analyze that and then look at it from an objective point of view, that's when we see how we can bring it forth into the world. Think of creating your own world. Think of the YHVH Yod He Vod He mantra of creating your inner world. Think of Kabbalah. Think of Klepothic workings. Think of just shadow work. Think of just building the solar and lunar body. The different endocrine, just this working through with the kundalinis, everything that just rises the energy, learning the energy centers, etc., etc., etc. So a few things that might benefit people: look into these subtle bodies. Trying to think of what it is. I don't want to say, I'm not going to say that word. Midichlorians. Wow. No. Meridian. There we go. Look into the meridian centers. Look into the chakras. Belief by popular demand, we have more than 7. We have energy centers. There's a pretty friendly, straightforward word that everyone can look into. Look at the energy centers of your body. Look at the lotus. Look at how the onion is, unpeeled, and it's just layer after layer after layer. Think of blossoming. Think of it like that, channeling energy. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot more growth simply by sitting outside and looking at what goes around the moon, the sun, listening to the animals, listening to the conversations of people, whether they are a scholar, whether they are a CEO, Fortune 500 businessman, businesswoman, or whether they just are a drunk. Wisdom can come forth from many different places, and even yourself. I think that a lot of people are going to start applying the lessons that they have been sharing. I know that all too well. I've been applying lessons to myself that I've been sharing on my readings. Someone told me recently to go back and look at my readings, and I did. And it was kind of a rude awakening for me, because there were things inside myself that I had to change. But also at the same time, the lack of communication and the lack of understanding the entire situation made my story look very weird. We all know we've had a bad week, and then we wake up on a Monday and then we just pop off one time, and all people think of, you're a bad person. But in reality, you're like, no, I'm actually a really decent human being. I pet puppies and clean up trash, but I just had a bad day, and all you saw was that explosion. It all goes back to that. But at the same time, those are cleansings. Those are the expelling of energy that no longer serves us, whether they come forth in crying fits, whether you go take it to the gym, whether you get into a fist fight, whatever. I'm not saying go fight somebody, but you see where I'm going with that. The Empress came into my mind, the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, all aces. I just saw all of them spread out in front of me. I also saw a child sitting by a tree. So if that's you, think about the child sitting by the tree. An oak tree. This tree is fully grown. It's gone through many, many lifetimes. People have touched it. They've sat down. Its network is connected with the earth and everything. It's got history. It's got memories. It's got everything. And you are this child that was just placed there. You don't understand English or French or Japanese or, anything. You're just sitting there and you're just making sounds and you're laughing at your sounds, and someone comes along and says a word to you and you learn from them. So my question is, who did you pray to before you prayed to that person? Who did your mother and father pray to before they prayed to that person? It's about tracing it back. A lot of people are going to find the saints that are in their households, well, whatever you want to call them. The guardian spirits, the saints, the Loas, the gods, the goddesses, the ancestors. I am now at the point in my magical career where I like to differentiate and separate ancestors from family. Yeah, so your great granddaddy might come on through and say, how you doing? But we always got that one ancestor that watches over every single one of that soul group of people. And recently I met one of those ancestors, and they scared the literal crap out of me. They never incarnated before, and they were a protectress of one of my aunts that passed away. And she is resting. And when it is her time, she will take that torch and become that protectress of the soul family, as I will, so forth and so on. Think of it as family watching and looking down on people. I'm not going to say a hierarchy, but you see how things roll. Look towards the saints, the gods, the goddesses, the cosmos. A lot of information is coming down. And we have a lot of energy from not just our planets, but other planets, other beings, star seeds. I'm not too much on alien life. I don't really like to go there with the little green men and ETs and all that stuff. You know, we got our Hollywood stuff, but, you know, space people, star people, you know, space magic, that sort of thing. There's a lot going on out there right now. And I think that within the next 100 to 1,000 years, we're going to see a lot of these interesting things, such as black holes and white holes and radiation and gammas and thises and that's and bursts of solar this and that and the other. We're going to see those as portals and everything else. I like to call it space magic. Take Thor, Ragnarok, the movie. How, you know, they really included that space magic with what we would classify as earth magic and what we classify as the supernatural. To them, it was pretty much nothing more than an understanding. Think of Albert Einstein. I'm not saying that you have to get rid of your deities. No, by all means, never get rid of them. They've been around for so very long. And they're our guides, our friends, our protectors. Even in this dimension, I like to say you might run into somebody that's not so much like your friendly cup of tea. And they might kick your butt every now and then. But they were once here protecting this domain, and they're still protecting this domain. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. I got some tarot readings coming forth. Please like, share, and subscribe, and join the Craft and Conjure Aquarius Moon Tarot family. Look me up on TikTok at Aquarius Moon Tarot. Oh, the Cosmic Star Sage or Aquarius Moon Tarot. I have all that. Instagram at Aquarius Moon Tarot 9. Follow our group Spirit Vibrations, as well as our community page. And I will have some readings coming forth soon. Thank you for the patience. Also, go check out Illum Astrology. She's coming back, and she's coming back with the thunder. She is someone who has been teaching me simply by me watching her videos. And she's really been there for me through a lot of hard times. You know, we didn't talk every day, but right when I needed it, she showed up. Isn't it funny how that plays out? So all that information will be found in the description box below. I still have to edit this video, so forth and so on. I just want to get it out there, so I'm going to tag it and all that stuff later. But I just want to get it out there. I'm going to call it like channel message or whatever, just like the little comeback. It feels like months. It feels like years, man. But when I checked my YouTube algorithms and stuff, I gained a crap ton of subscribers and comments. And thank you for the birthday wishes. My birthday was August 4th, so, you know, same birth date as Barack Obama. And so many people, turns out that they had children on my birthday. So that's always an amazing thing to hear. New life. Some people told me that they lost some people, and that is very sad and disheartening, and it can be a very deep blow. But there cannot be life without death. And I think that the only ones that suffer the most are us. You know, do not stand at my grave and weep. We're supposed to honor it, but these are what they are, resting places. It's for us, not them. And if you're that person, that military wife or military husband, or just that person that goes to that grave every year to lay roses, to put that ring down, to place your hand on top of it and simply shed a tear. I saw a woman shedding a tear, family. Just know that that subtle feeling that you felt, that slight drop in temperature, that slight breeze, That little whisper that says, I'm okay. That smell of a cigarette, that smell of coffee, that smell of cologne or perfume, that silent dog barking in the background, or anything that you might have heard, whether it is very loud or internal, was not your imagination. Those are your loved ones reaching out to you, letting you know that they love you and that they care about you. I'm a medium. I don't really like to use that ability, but whoever resonates with this, you can stop crying now. They want you to stop crying. They're with you, and they will always be with you. Look for feathers. Look for numbers. Look on the ground for a deck of playing cards, money. Look at the symbolism. Trace it back. Then build that temple or that altar. And that is how you will connect. All you will need is a tea candle, salt, water, roses, a picture. If they smoke, some cigarettes and cigars, a pipe. No, that's my granddaddy. Hey, Grandpa. You all are blessed, he says. Whoever listens to this, you are gifted beyond your wildest dreams. You need not fear this gift or ability. If you hear certain voices as you're going through certain areas, driving to work or just going for a walk, those are spirits of the land. And do they ask for your help? Help them. And they will help you. We've all been lost. And so many of us have been found. And so many of us are close to being found. But just know that you are not lost. The 10 of Swords I saw go into reverse. You're coming out of this. All reversals will be upright for you. Your sun, your moon, your rising. So meditate, snap your fingers, and understand that you are divinely protected. This is Craft and Conjure with Aquarius Moon Tarot. Hopefully this resonates with somebody in some way, shape, manner, or form. The Guardians of the Galaxy are back, y'all. And they here to kick ass and take names. It's a lot of tricksters out there that have been playing with people's heads, and they're about to be put in their place, and they're going to atone for what they have been doing to this dimension, to its people, to the planet. There are people that are atoning right now, and they shall fall. The meek will and shall and are already starting to inherit this earth. The age of Aquarius is the beginning of heaven on earth. The mixture of science and divine science, spirituality, metaphysics, alchemy, everything to bring forth those answers. So get out there and do it, all right? We'll talk soon. Peace.